and welcome back to Purpose and Plans. I'm Brashana Miller, and I'm very excited about today's video. I'm going to be taking you into the planners that I have been using lately, and I am loving them all. I have absolutely no regrets. But before I get into that, I know it's been a while since I have been here on the YouTube channel. I have been enjoying my summer vacation. We have been spending time outside. We just got back from a Mediterranean vacation. It was beautiful, and we still have some more traveling to do. So generally in the summer, I am not here as much because we are actually living our lives rather than spending it all on the internet. So I am really glad to be back here with you all today. And again, I'm going to show you the planners that I am using and how it's been going, what I'm using. I'm going to go ahead and show you a top down of my current planners. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is show you my A4 Paper Republic planner slash notebook, and I love this notebook so much, so I'm very excited about this. So I'm going to take you into how I've been using this planner. Now, I have not done any decoration on this planner at all. It is still in progress, but the thing is, I wanted to make sure I just got in and started using it, and so far so good. All right, so I have in here the 2026-27 mid-year planner. And this is from Paper Republic, and I love it. So what I'm doing for the mid-year planner is using this calendar list to keep up with important dates, appointments, things that I want to track. So if I want to go back and think about, okay, when was the last time something happened? What did we do on a particular day that is of note or significance? Then I can go ahead and put that here. And then getting into the first week in my actual planner here, this was the week of June 27th. And again, loved it a lot. And so I felt free to use this planner or this spread in a way where I could really just lay out things however I chose and still feel very organized. So I did the time events on the left side, which is, I think, very general way that most of us may plan. And I was doing that in my A5 as well. So I didn't change too much the way I was putting information in my planner. It was just a larger planner. So I love the horizontal layout. I'm totally fine with that. At one point, I used to think I was a vertical planner, and I do like vertical, but I think it's for different things. I like vertical, but horizontal for planning purposes, I prefer. So I use this side, put my time-sensitive appointments, things like that, things that I wanted to do, keep up with. I would add that here on the right side. That worked out really good. And then I use this side of the planner, make sure it's in view because this is a large planner, is I would use this for brain dumps, meal plans, just executive things that I needed to take care of, health and wellness, things that I need to buy, what I was currently using, doing, watching, drinking, coffee, things of that nature, because I love coffee so much. I will tell you a little bit more about that later. A quote that I heard of that I really enjoyed, and I was like, oh, I want to write that down. So this just became that space where I could quickly capture things if I were in this planner, because I'm not in it all day, every day. I felt really good being in this planner. It felt great to open it up and just have the space to really feel like I could capture, plan, document whatever it was that I wanted to. And I didn't feel like I was constricted by just a small page and could only get certain things on that particular spread. So that's how it went. And this is the current week that I'm in, as you can see. And I'm not, listen, it's called white space. I am very excited. I love having this white space. It feels good. And honestly, truth and transparency is that when I was planning and I had all of this white space, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I need to write something because, of course, oh, it's so much empty space. But it all depends. It's all on your perspective. Some may call it empty space. I call it white space. White space to me is just as valuable as the space where I have things written down. White space means something to me, and that is definitely something that I think we all need a little bit more of in our life. So I appreciate this white space, but I do admit that I had the desire. My brain was like, no, wait a minute, there's all this empty space. You need to fill it. And I was thinking about what could I write in this empty space? And I know that is one of the reasons why people tend to lean away from larger planners, is because they feel like they're wasting paper and it's just too big because it's not portable, which I agree, they are big and they're not necessarily portable, but I don't tote this thing around anywhere. It stays at home, and that it's just, they don't need that much space to plan. And I don't need that much space to plan either, but I wanted the space to plan. And I think having the space just gave me, as I've mentioned before, it just gave me the ability to feel like I have room for whatever it was that I wanted to put. And so some weeks there will be more. For example, I had more in this week. And even on the week before, which I showed you earlier, I had other things. So some weeks there may be more, and other weeks there may not be. And I'm totally fine with that. So that's how I've been using it so far. It's been really good. So this is what I have in the front of the planner. And then I have the just aligned notebook. And this is going to be more for just notes, strategy thinking, stuff like that. And then I have a blank notebook section, which I said I was going to use for either doodling, watercoloring. This is just my free and fun space. And as you can see, I have not used it yet, but we're still early in this notebook and it is going to get used, but I love it so much. And then because I don't have a monthly in here, I was printing out some calendars and then just pre-planning here on a paper calendar, because I have another monthly calendar that I'm using. But I enjoyed this, but I found I now have a monthly calendar that I can use. So I will not be printing these out anymore, at least a monthly calendar. But what I am doing, in addition to the monthly planner that I have, which I'll show you in a second, is I printed out this quarterly planner, because this will basically take me into the beginning of the school year. Although my kids start in August, but we're like right before school starts, the month school starts, and then the month after. So I liked having this Q3 planner where I could quickly jot some things down and write out all of those things that starts happening at the beginning of the school year, because it gets busy with back to school nights and all the things. So I wanted to have a place where I could quickly see that, because one thing that I noticed about me is that as much as I keep things on my digital calendar, when I'm out and if we're at an appointment or something and I need to schedule a follow-up appointment, or someone is asking me, hey, are you available on a certain day? I generally will look at that particular week and see if I'm available. But I found that being able to see a bit more high level of what I have going on maybe that month or that week before or the week after helps me, because maybe that particular week is full and I might just say, oh, okay, I can't do it on this week. I'll do it next week, not realizing that there's some other busy things coming up. And it just helps me to really get a better bird's eye view of where I have space to plan something where I'm not overextending myself and I'm spreading things out in a way where I can still maintain some type of healthy balance. Because just because I have a week where I don't have a whole lot of stuff planned doesn't mean that's the week to go dump all of the other things that are coming up. I may need that week to not be filled with other events or tasks, because I might need a week to just breathe a little bit, take a breather, not have to go anywhere, keep my activities to a minimum. And so when I don't see that, sometimes I'm just inadvertently planning things on weeks where maybe I should have just left that week open. But seeing this helped me a lot when it came to pre-planning. And so that's what that was. And I'm just gonna from here moving forward, I'm just going to use this quarterly planner. So that's how I've been using this. As you can see, I have no decoration in here and I really do want some, but I'm just not there yet. So the next planner that I go into is the A5 planner that I've been using. This is my Chic Sparrow planner. It is the Austin Cascade planner in the color Emma. And this is my daily planner. She's a bit heavy, but that's because I have some stuff in here. And I have not decorated this much either. I actually don't have a lot of planner decor. I have dashboards, all of those things, but I don't have a lot of planner decor. I want some, but I'm just taking my time because those things can get a bit expensive. What I have here is I have a monthly planner. This was the monthly planner that I got, and now I'm using this in my daily planner because it's something that I can see quickly at a glance if I need to plan something, right? So again, this is where I'm at all day, every day. And if something comes up, if I need to plan something, reschedule something, I have my monthly planner where I can go in and quickly see versus if I had it on my letter size planner, which I'm not in all day, every day, then when I have to go and switch planners and all of that. So that's why I like having the monthly planner in my A5, call it my A5 Spiral. It is my A5 planner where I use it every day because this helps me keep that bird's eye view that I feel like I need versus in the A4 planner because I'm just not in it all the time. So I have in the front my A5 monthly. I started in June and I basically highlight everyone's color. My kids have a color, I have a color, home has a color, like family, things of that nature. So this came out really good, loved it. And I use a sidebar for just things that I want to remember. It's not a brain dump per se, but it is just those high level things that I'm like, oh, I don't want to forget. So this is a July spread and I love the way it came out. I'm trying to just do a little color coordination just because I like it. And so far, so good. And I have not, okay, so that's how that's been going. And this is just a monthly planner and it has blank pages after each month. Okay, and then we get into the daily. So I'm using this as a daily planner because I felt like I just needed, again, it was just that space to breathe and think. And I wanted something every day versus feeling like I'm confined to just a few boxes that I was getting in a weekly planner as something that I look at every single day. So what I did was I got this daily planner. And of course, as I just found something on Canva, covered it up to give it a little, zhuzh it up a little bit. And so far, so good. And so I have been just writing because I love to write. I like to write my vision. I like to write my goals, long form. And so I wanted to have a daily planner where I could just have the freedom to just write the things the way I wanted to write versus following a particular format. Now I know some would be like, oh, it just doesn't feel organized, but it was working for me right now because it's just what I was needing. So that's what I did. And I like it. I really like it. And I didn't keep any particular format for any particular day. Sometimes I just would actually include a list and have the timed appointments on the left. Sometimes I just wrote everything going down. So no rhyme or rhythm to the format here. I just wrote and it worked out. And I just felt like I was free to have the ability to just write and plan the way I wanted to versus having a format where I'm like, I have to put this here. And sometimes there's a blank section with lines. And I'm like, oh, what am I going to put there? And I found myself thinking about the best way in just that perfectionism kicking in. What's the best way to use this particular section of the planner versus when it's open, it's just the best way is the way it just comes out naturally, intuitively, authentically. And so I found that this was the way it was coming out and that's the way I did it. There may be days where I may want to have something a little bit more structured, but for now I'm just going with what I felt was working for me. And so I would just write the month, the days at the top. And then sometimes I would include the weather. I was here messing around with some watercolors. It just got a little, I don't know, crazy looking. But for the most part, I kept it easy. And I think that was the thing. I was just keeping it very easy. Each day had its own page, and that's it. Some days it was nothing. It was just pen and paper and a little highlight, and that's it. No washi, no sticky, none of the things. Just here's the day, I got it done, and we moved on. So that is how I have been using this, and it's been working out. And I feel like I just have that space to just allow my thoughts, allow the plans that I need to do to just come forward, be on the page. And then I felt like planning this way, and again, at least for right now, I may feel differently 3, 4, 5 months from now, but I felt like I had the ability to just allow my life to be planned in open space versus boxes and list boxes and all of those things. I just felt like my plans had a little bit more life, a little bit more energy, and it reflected me and my actual day and what was going on. And this day I was having a little bit of structure, but not a whole lot. This day on the 20th of June, I was just feeling like I want to get a little bit of creative. And I did. I wanted to see how this paper looked with watercolor. And it came through a little bit, but I was okay with that. So there were days when I just said, I'm just doing ink to paper, and that's it. And so I feel like these pages also reflect a bit of my day, my life, and what was going on, how I was feeling, because sometimes that can tell a story too. So this is how I'm using these pages, and it's been working pretty good. It's been working pretty good. And so that's that. That's the daily section. And then I have my devotional faith section. And this is not a section I'm in every day, although I should be, but I use this section to write down scripture, to write down a prayer, to write down maybe notes from a sermon. I just get in there and write it. It could be from a video or something, but I spend time getting here and just write, meditate. I do a lot of written prayers, and I just love being able to sit with the scripture in the form of writing. There's things that come to my mind a bit more when I'm spending time writing and not just reading. So I have my faith section here, and putting the faith section in my A5, knowing that this is my daily workhorse, I felt like this definitely earned a spot in, or deserved a spot in, my planner, because it's my faith. And then I included my If You Can Believe Vision affirmation journal. So have been in here, as you can see, and I have been writing in here, and I'm almost done. One thing I'm contemplating if I want to keep this in here or not, I'm not sure, because this does take up some space. One of the things I'm thinking about is a place for notes. Now, I do have my A4, my letter size planner, where I can write notes, but again, I'm not in that every day. So I may just have a notepad that I can slide in the back, or I may take this out and just sit it in here and get a very thin insert to include for notes. The thing is, I just don't take that many notes on a daily basis. So sometimes I'm not sure if I want to actually dedicate one of the bands to a notebook for notes, because I just don't write notes that often. And then in the back, I just have this perpetual planner. This is where things I was using to track stuff, home and movement, weight, and personal things with my girls and my son. And then I just have a devotional planner in here that I use for my devotions from time to time if I just want to do a quick read. So I have been enjoying this planner. It has been very helpful. I love it. And again, not a lot of decor, but so far so good. I have no complaints, and I am in love with the color. I'm totally in love with it. Okay, so that's my daily planner. And then the next planner that I want to show you, this is my first time showing you all this. So this is like a debut. I probably should make this its own video, but I don't have enough in here for it to be its own video. So I'm just gonna incorporated into this one. So this is the Starbucks Reserve Roastery Traveler's Notebook. And I got this off of eBay. I have not been in this as much, but it is in use. So what I have here, this was part Traveler's Notebook and a coffee / beverage journal. Okay. So in here, I have a receipt. I have just a little clear plastic zipper. I don't know what you all call it, but anyway, I have that in there and just some things from our latest travel. And then I have the insert, which is the coffee journey. And I loved it. I saw it. I was like, I have to have it because this is going to be so perfect for me writing down the different coffee tastings that I'm doing and how I'm experiencing coffee and different beverages. So I thought this was perfect for this. And not going to go into detail over coffees I tried and all that, but for the most part, what I'm doing is just decorated, and I'm either taking a picture of a coffee place that I went to, maybe using the bag from the logo from the coffee bag, things like that, and writing down what I thought about it. I have one here that I need to go in and fill out, but this is just my way of capturing my little musings when it comes to coffee, because I love coffee so much. I am a daily coffee drinker. So this is my travel journal. So I took this on my travels for the first time when we went on our Mediterranean cruise, and I still have some updates I need to do, but I've just been writing in here, adding some pictures. I am not done yet because it's so much, and I have not had time to sit there and write everything. And I did not have time to sit down during the cruise and write every day. It was just too much and I was too tired. And we were also very busy. But when I get some time to just sit down and do that, I'm going to continue to update that. And this is blank. And I'm not sure what I plan to use this for. I have not figured it out yet. I'm sure it'll come to me. But if you all have any ideas on what would be a great way to use this other insert, because I have a coffee journal or beverage. I keep saying coffee. It's mostly coffee, but I would say it's beverage. A travel journal, and to be determined. And that's it. So those are the planners and how it's been coming along. Oh, I am forgetting a planner. It's not a planner. It's a notebook that looks like a planner. Isn't she cute and adorable? So this is called the I'm reading it, Tea and Diary Time Weekend Journal or Diary. Very cute. I found this at a stationery shop that I visited not that long ago, and it's just basically a reflection journal. So that's why it says it's a Tea and Diary Time Weekend Diary. So the thing that puzzled me at first, and if any of you have this, please let me know how you use it. I would love to know. But it says Tea and Diary Time Weekend Diary. But when you open it up, it's Monday through Sunday. So I was like, is it a weekend diary or is it a weekly diary? Because it says this week's reflections and then next week's Monday through Sunday and then next week's plans. And then I thought, okay, I guess maybe on the weekends you go back, you reflect over the week and you write down things. The only thing for somebody like me, I'm like, I may not totally remember what I want to write on Monday by the time I get to Sunday, but I guess you could just use it however. And then it says next week's plans. So although not a planner, and it says it's a diary, not a planner, but what I'm writing in here are just something that I guess I may want to remember. So here, like on Monday, the 21st, I flew back from Europe, arrived at home at 1 a.m. and to bed by 2:41 a.m. long travel day. That's what I wrote. I think I was just drawn to the minimal cuteness of it. And I just like it. So I have not been in this, but this is more like a just reflection journal. So this is also a part of the mix. So that's all we have for summer 2026, I guess you could say. And I love it. I'm very excited. And I am feeling really good about this planner lineup. I think it has worked for me. I transitioned from plastic, spiral, disc bound, spirals, and all that. I just wanted to switch to a modular system. I wanted to give it a try, and clearly I jumped in feet first, head first, whatever. And it has been really, truly a pleasure to use this. And that's it. Thank you for joining me on today's video. I hope that you enjoy watching me go through these planners, seeing how I'm using them, and maybe seeing how sometimes just giving yourself the freedom to write and plan and think without the structure of particular layouts. I know that they're very helpful. They have been very helpful for me, but I have also found a particular level of enjoyment being able to plan without all of the structure. My life is structure. I really believe in structure, but then there was just a part of me that was begging for a little bit more flexibility. And I think that's what led me to these modular systems and the layouts that I use and how I wanted to use these planners. So I'm happy, which I think however you plan and whatever planner you use, you should definitely be happy with what you're using. You should be going to them frequently, daily, whatever your routine is, you should be reaching for them. And so that is what I've been doing, and so far so good. All right, so you ladies have a wonderful day, and I will catch you on the next video.